Hello, and welcome to the Design Technology Department at the Quennevais School. Within the Design Technology Department, we have three members of staff: Mr. Stat, the technician, Mr. Ferguson, myself, as head of department, and Mrs. Crook, who's also head of art. Design technology is a very important subject in that it allows you to help make decisions in the future, even for instance when choosing paint for your rooms and working out how much you'd actually need and how it would work, etc. I believe this statement here: creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes, design is knowing which ones to keep. I think that's really important because one of the things that we do believe in is that it's okay to be wrong sometimes, to make those mistakes. For instance, post-it notes were a mistake, and I'm wager that you'd use post-it notes or possibly even have some in your house at this point. So that's a pretty good mistake to make, and we believe the same thing sometimes, and we allow you to make those mistakes to learn. So where is it all going? All the skills that we will teach you through years 7 to 11, if you decide to choose it as a subject. Here we have some past examples of students' work at GCSE, and I would put this work up as actual looking very professional in their design, especially for students at this age. We have the table, which converts into a laptop tray, just automatically opens up to height. The PlayStation console magically balanced and also charges up things. The speaker there is made from a tree that fell down in the storm, so recycling that material. And we also have lots of board games that are suitable to be made at commercial level, and the bench there made from recycled skateboards. But all these skills all start with the first basics that you learn in year 7. Now, in the autumn term, we'll introduce you to all the different materials. We concentrate on three basic groups. This is polymers, metals, and timbers. And within polymers, you will use firstly acrylic. We try to minimise our use of what we call plastics in the department for obvious reasons of reducing it with the environment. And we're very big on keeping ecologically sound within technology as well, and having an idea of what that means. And that's where our lessons are split. They are split into a theory lesson where you will learn about the materials, and then also a practical lesson where you will learn to use the tools and equipment required to shape those materials. Here we have in metals, we have a recycled fork turned into an elephant, and then those can be either on a necklace or a keyring, and as well as your acrylic keyring going onto your keys can go onto your timber key fob. This goes onto a wall, and then the small key fob is on your keychain. That slots in and stops you from losing your keys so that you can find them. We also, as part of your homework, will teach you how to use 3D CAD programs, and so therefore you can then 3D print your own name tag. The filament that we use for 3D printers are also biodegradable. They're plant-based. Because again, we try to minimise our use of plastics in the environment. We'll also teach you to draw in 3D and render your drawings to look more like the materials, and these are online homeworks as well. In the spring term, we will introduce you to structures, and this goes from the ancient to the modern times with skyscrapers and bridges, and we will look at the techniques that's used to reinforce all structures, and you will enter a year competition to build the tallest paper tower, and also you will then evaluate your tower to find out why it wasn't as tall or why it was tall, but how it could have gone better. But you look at always improving based on the mistakes that you make. A lot of students then use this to build the perfect bridge using the knowledge that they've learnt on the previous stream. This all comes together, and we do a ping pong challenge using your structures knowledge. And here we have a few students from previous that won a Guinness World Record challenge based on the ping pong, and more details than that can be found online. In the summer term, we do like you to use all of your knowledge that you've learnt so far in the year to do what we call a design and make task. Now, this involves you to have, obviously we have a brief of slipper/flip-flop, but it's basically a brief of footwear. And then you're free to design whatever you'd like using recycled materials and fabrics, which you'll also learn about in this term to design your footwear. Here we also have a recycled plastic bottle that we use our contraption to turn into thread that can be used for woven, but again, you don't have to do that. We've got examples here seen made from sort of denim into the flip-flops, and we have felt and fleece, and then also using the pocket as a slipper for that. So that's really where the freedom comes into your own design. And to go along with this, we also run a lot of extracurricular and competitions during term time as well. So here we had a competition which we enter each year for architecture with the Royal Institute of Architecture as well on Jersey, and our students here were very successful in winning £500 along with holding the giant cheque. Very pleased, hard to get that off them. And we also enter a cardboard boat race where you will design and make a boat to hold 2 people using only cardboard boxes. And then we do this down at Havre de Pars for a day, and you will the winners have to sail around the island and return to land. We were actually very successful in this. We actually took first and second place in this last year just gone, and we also got last place for a boat that sank immediately, which was quite fun and enjoyed by all. We run a STEM club each week where we will explore lots of different things. I think we'll continue our space theme because we're getting the space education mark. And you can see here using virtual reality, controlling items with your mind, attempting to pop a balloon to look into escape velocity, and using the maths behind it. So STEM stands for science, technology, engineering and maths. We run an eco club. As we said, we're very high on this within the school, but we do run a specific eco club, and students there look at recycling all materials into new usable materials. We also recycle the whole of Jersey's bottle tops into new materials. We entered a fluid power challenge where we designed a hydraulic arm, and the students were successful in winning that as well. And also, you may have been involved in the primary engineer, and we continue that at our school, and here we are presenting ideas for inventions with the engineering. If you were an engineer, what would you do competition. Of our students, as they move into the higher years at GCSE level as well, also enter some of the older competitions. For the past 2 years since it started, we've entered Jersey Tech Awards and been successful both years in 2 of our students winning that, and we were very, very pleased and very proud of our students for their achievement of that. Here we have Adam with his prosthetic arm that he designed for a client, which read the neurons in their arm and to move the fingers on the limb. And then we also have Ethan, who designed a device that could be worn by blind people or limited sighted or visually impaired onto their clothing, which would then detect items around them or coming towards them so that they could avoid collisions. James here won the 75th memorial design to design that, and that was his presentation up at the Governor's House. We have students here pre-hackathon demonstrating all the items that we do in combination with our STEM club with computer science and IT. Our students also entered the Jersey Plastics, which was a kind of thinkathon where it was how can we avoid plastic pollution on Jersey, what's our approach, what could we do differently, what could we do better. And here you can see in photograph with all items that were found in St Helier around the bay, and this basically made this display to show what it would be like underwater using all the plastic items that were found there. And also students there presented for winning the youth hackathon. So there are many, many things that you can get involved in when you join us at the Quennevais School throughout all years, and you can enter competitions. We try and push you as much as possible, but generally you lead the way in being the most amazing student, and we look forward to you joining us in September. Can't wait to see you then. Until then, good luck. See you soon. Stay safe.